Off the rip, that's the way to do it. And as I think our desk was talking about, Virtus.pro, they like a slow start. They like to take it nice and calm early on in games, maybe bleed some round now.
But my question, Mike, so I think the desk was bringing this up a little bit.
Okay.
Alan especially was talking about that they're less so slow starters in series, but more slow starters in tournaments. Do you think we've gotten to the point where this squad is warmed up and they can just come out hitting here, or are we going to see that same kind of lead-up time within the map
To be honest, I think they're slow starters in everything. Virtus.pro, the quintessential, long game, 16-14, every round possible, bled out of it. It's kind of how they roll.
It is, and well, Buster has found a nice little open door. Yakinda are able to grab that Mac 10, but it's immediate re-rotation for Cole. They'll head below.
Yeah, they know what's going on here. They saw enough players. Sniffed it out, and this is going to be pretty tough to make anything happen with just the pistols. Even the Mac 10 coming back in towards the site, no armor. It's just a tough spot, right? Getting that one kill is something, but Grim's not going to be too worried since it was just the Mac 10 lost. And now Complexity should be well safe to set up here with the rifles, just plant their feet, and take through a second round.
Any more damage would be good, and Yakinda with the Mac 10 would look good to do so, but all the space is being held, so Complexity, an early conversion on towards their second.
Now this could be a little bit interesting. Pistols all rotating around in towards spawn. They're going to try and catch some damage on the exit here. Fang will be holding for it. Obviously, they don't have to go too far forward. So do they overplay their hand? Fang doesn't need that fight, and he'll back away from it. Should be fine now. And Floppy even just wants to dip in for one little confidence kill.
Junior's having fun.
Giggling.
I
mean, that's good. You remember how long it took them to crack some smiles in yesterday's series? There was some tension on their face.
I mean, you can tell a lot from the cams. You can tell a lot about the mentality. And once they were having fun, once they were just kind of going with the flow, just letting the calling come through, the players were hitting. I mean, things started to look really good. And Complexity, well, we normally don't know this squad, even when they were as extra salt, weren't tending to be super slow starters. Maybe they were a little earlier in the event. Now they're starting to get warmed on up into things and look hot. Early in this one, it's a strong buy for VP. Just Jame holding on to the Mac 10.
The 1x bet odds really tell the story there, which is that for Complexity, it's important to get these early conditions going well.
Yeah.
Because this is Virtus.pro. Everything is going to be tough here. Yakinda is going to go one and done, though. Trades out JT. And that doesn't mean that Fang has a lot of control out towards long. And without the op in James' hands just yet, their ability to contest long is somewhat limited with the SMG on the field.
Flit will try and reply with a little bit of spam damage back on through, but nothing contesting till now. Flit takes one for free. That's Fang to fall now. Options start to get a little limited for Cole, because James has closed the gap and plays just on the other side of the smoke towards bathrooms. Still a minute though. Cut noise. You can re-exec this if you're Complexity. Utility to do so. Is that the call for James to go forward? Was just a flash. He wanted to check. Doesn't commit to the duel. Should be at least good for one here, but Floppy, ooh, too tight in. James was not prepared. Flit's given away his position, so has to retreat back onto the site. Time is still here for Cole, but they're going for it, and Grim dies off the entry. Flit holds close, doubles down onto it. Junior, last man up, and he knows where Buster is. The other man is flanking. Junior has to go quickly in this one, and he's just not fast enough. Kicker from behind gets VP going.
Huge round from Flit. Huge round from Flip. Multiple situations where, I mean, obviously the first one's a spam through smoke. Sure, a bit of a gamble, but he plays the angle nicely. This round here, with the flashbang in his eyes, really Grim should probably clear him out, but kill doesn't come through quick enough. Yeah. Flip manages to stay alive for 2, and that just is the complete change in the round. That's the difference maker. That is the piece that sends Virtus.pro up to their first round win. And you're already going to see limitations for Complexity, which is interesting. Fang stuck on towards the Tech 9. He's the guy who was dropping 30-plus bombs in every map last night. You don't really want to see him limited in terms of the weaponry, but at least for this round, they'll stick to the tech.
They don't want to go too fast with it. Early on, just contesting the space over towards water, trying to set up for a B split. JT, the flash was there, but Buster, the supportive line. Kicker will not fall, and that damage aforementioned already done to Grim through the wall on the spam, so Complexity are forced to reset. Already, they have position to re-clear. Both Fang and Grim working together to reclaim space out towards the bathroom, but notice in long, Yakindar's there, and he has good information.
such a potential nightmare player for them to deal with as well if he gets in towards the flank, which looks like might be the plan. A little slip into the bathroom. Suddenly, there's a wolf among the sheep. For now, at least. He'll keep his paws stationary. And now, Complexity seem like they do want to execute on towards this site, but James could be the first contact. That op so deadly. He's got in his hands now. D-Lore on the field, and he'll only get one. Caught out by the flashbang. Pressure on. Big kill for Fang, but Yekindar, he was here the whole time. And he's going to keep them from being comfortable, keep them from having easy space, even backing away. Give himself a safe haven. That bomb needs to be planted. They still have to be wary of the player dumpster. They're all surrounded. Players are everywhere. Kicker takes one for free.
Yeah, that's good. Junior again in the clutch, but through the smoke comes Buster. It's a shutdown. Big work in that round from Yekindar. Finds a space early on, the information that nothing is coming from long. And then after getting his first pick, he retreats, has a smoke to sustain, and the pressure is applied then from 3 angles. Complexity doesn't know where to look. They're already at a man disadvantage, and that should be the tipping point. Cole back down to the save.
The op wasn't recovered, though. That's a little bit of a problem for Virtus.pro. They won't have the big green for James, but they'll go to the SMG, try and make some money, and presumably they'll be able to reinvest pretty quickly. Shouldn't be a major concern. Yeah, Kadar going to go aggressive here. He wants to make some money, spots all the players. Nate goes down. Does he get away in time? Eventually. He will be dropped, but does his damage in the first place. Couple kills with the SMG. Now money's made. Junior again. The man alive. He's got a rifle at least to play with. He spotted one. Well, Buster does not want to give him the fight. There's no real reason to. And there's still minute 25, so Junior has some options. He could back up. That's being held by Flit. There are no easy spaces to go towards. So he'll take a fight, and it's a fight he'll lose.
Well controlled out of VP. Losing a couple players, unfortunate, but one of those was only invested into the SMG, so that rebuy should be able to come through. Kicker can drop over an op, or I believe it was Yekindar instead. Actually made the purchase. Regardless, Big Green back out in the hands of Jame, and not one to reply on the side of Cole. Money still in a bit of a shaky spot for them.
Don't know as well that you necessarily need to go towards the op on the T side. Because one of the things that you can make work against Virtus.pro is upsetting them with some pace. They don't
That's true.
tend to get caught off guard that often, but if you hit fast enough, sometimes you can coax them into the save early. And for that, the rifles might be better suited. Jane does tick that Molotov, so there's an audio cue that somebody was up on the steps, and he'll have to back away and give up a position.
Still, it's an interesting priority shift versus that game against Heat. They were constantly trying to get Junior onto his T-sided op, making it a priority, especially in that Ancient match. But it makes sense against VP.
Grim keeps getting tagged by panel spam. It's getting unlucko.
Yeah.
Not catastrophic this time, and he did actually return some, so maybe a chance. But look at this positioning. Yekindar again deep towards long, but this time a player's maybe coming out dry in the bathrooms. Fang, is he going to catch the flank?
He should do.
Does Yekindar react? No, he's backing away.
Not a commitment.
Does he call that that's clear now? His team's not grouping with him, so it won't matter, but Yekindar can maybe get fast on the flank now.
He can get behind Fang now. Counter rotation, he might even be able to catch the T on the stairs.
Just
Timing eludes him. Yekindar now has information. This should call for the stack towards B, and indeed, it is to come. They execute soon, but Jane posted. AWP on the line. The Flames take care of JT. Now Kicker in close. The support is from the back, and nothing doing just yet for Complexity. Even just to spam straight away. At Kicker's feet lies the bomb, and there's just been no reply. They can't even find a single millimeter of space. Junior just has to wait on the fate of the smoke, and even that, unsuccessful. Yekindar's information, massive. Complexity walked into a death trap and got nothing for it.
It's really discouraging because, again, this is Complexity's map pick, right? And that's just, that's your B take. It's pretty straightforward. Even if you're in a 4v5 after JT's lost initially, this should be pretty well drilled. And at least early on, a bit disappointing. Now, admittedly, Yekindar's flank, huge for getting that information. They had the 4-stack there. They had everything working for them for Virtus.pro, but if there was an execution coming, we did not really see it from Complexity. It didn't work.
No.
So timeout going to be called early on here. Obviously, that didn't go according to plan, and they will try and reroute whatever aspect was loose. Resolder some wires. I don't know what it is. We'll get them back into it.
Well, TC acting as that mechanic, getting some new ideas into the conversation here for Complexity, but
I think I trust TC to work on a car. I think I would.
I think I would too.
He's a doctor, you know.
Really?
Yeah, he has a medical degree.
And Blaise an engineer. We have so many smart people in CS.
Yeah, what are they doing with
and now
this
both
game?
and both of us didn't go to college.
I went.
You just dropped out. That's almost worse. At least you got some of the knowledge.
You wound me.
I'm sorry.
Well, we can't all be Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Mimi, so, you know, gotta make do with what we got.
Fang? He's trying to make do with the Deagle, and he will. Eat some chip damage. Down to 8 HP, but it's a rifle to be recovered. Molly goes deep. Grim is spotted for Flit, so it's some info. Swinging back the direction of Virtus.pro, but Grim, he's considering a hunt for more. It'll be Flit instead going aggro. The flash was forward. Now Grim wants to hunt, but it doesn't work out, so that recovered rifle lost again. The odds are even, but Jame is here. Believe he spots out JT. Maybe missed the timing. But Yekindar will know. Out towards long. Fang down. Jame on the retreat. And Yekindar as well continues to be a nuisance every round. This man is just making himself trouble, and it's a spray away. Double for Yekindar. Floppy alone, and he has the flank. He's got the shot, but now he's revealed. And at that range, you cannot best Jame.
That kill's pretty much a consolation prize. It's like, well, we didn't win the round, but at least I can shoot Yekindar in the back. Get something going there. The man himself up to 100, over 100 ADR at this point. 3 kills in that last round. 8 and 5. Not bad at all.
No.
He's going to pick up the AUG here. Okay. That's interesting with his playstyle. Where's he going to go with it? He's been playing out towards long quite a bit. He'll go towards long again. I'm curious if he holds further back now that he's got the AUG. Or if we see him maneuvering again. Doesn't seem like for the moment he's going to be slowed down much. And no, he will go forward.
Cole does still want to fight for this space, but Yekindar is in so deep. He'll hold on this off angle, and does Cole want to test it? They've left one player in the playground, but everyone else retreating.
And now he's just zoned out this entire side of the map, right?
Yeah.
He's got so much vision. He sees these flashes coming over. He just knows no one's behind it.
And again, look at the reply. You have someone out towards the connector, so Flick can just leave. He can head again towards this lower site. This is almost the exact same situation we saw earlier. This time, Cole, you can only hope they've changed up their execute, but early indications are rough. Buster finds one retreat, not available. Grim finds a trade, but it's Kicker. His position in the pit could be crucial, and now it has to be, but it's Grim entering with a triple and even fighting forward for more. VP, do they even want to go for this? It's Jame. AWP in hand. Surely it's a save.
This is going to be a save. Brilliant Grim entries there. I actually thought the setup for Virtus.pro was quite good. Buster obviously repositioning at an awkward time. Gets caught with util in hand, jumping over the railing to try and get in towards water. But still, snappy shooting from Grim. It's those kind of moments that you need if you're a team like Complexity to maybe shock you out of this early round slide. And Grim delivers. Brings a bit of the star power they're hoping to get out of many of these young players. And gets Complexity at least the third on the board. Still plenty of money to reinvest, and obviously Virtus.pro likely saving these 2 guns through. Certainly saving these 2 guns through. We'll view this as just a minor stumbling block.
It's a young team overall for Complexity. Lots of the NA talent that we've seen around the block. 21 years of age, the average across these boys, and the aggression does not work out. So Yekindar only loses the AUG in the process. Is VP now still in the lead at 5, but Complexity able to fight back in just a tad and starting to build up an economy.
Something to work with. Something to work with going forward, for sure. But obviously deep pocketbooks over there for Virtus.pro. They'll go away from the AUG. That early information was valuable, but they still couldn't complete the round win. This time it's fast towards B again. Complexity feel like they've identified a weakness. They want to pressure it early. They want to get up close. And while some nades are sailing in, they're not doing substantial damage just yet. Actually, no damage just yet. So Virtus.pro trying to hold his at bay. Pressure coming on in. Big kill for JT. He gets the better of him this time. That's a second entry coming through. Flit's now back into the corner by Graffiti, calling for help, calling for the cavalry. But do the cavalry want to come to his aid? This bomb's down with Flit now gone. I think they're going to be beating another hasty retreat. It's Jame time, if I'm not mistaken.
He'll hold on to the angle for a moment, see if Complexity will give him a kill. And Jame would love a little bit of eco damage, something to deny the flawless finish on this round. But regardless, you're absolutely right, Cole. They've found a weaker position. That B site looking vulnerable. Same utility pushed by Virtus.pro. Same aggression out of Yekindar early on to take that space. This time, though, there wasn't enough time. to rotate on in for that stack. Only 3 players to hold, and the early flashes were just so excellent. You win that duel by Monster, and then it's just Grim. Again, just scaling your way on into the site. Floppy the one to find the kills. JT as well helping out, but the space creation aspect is huge.
Yeah, JT's starting to get a feel for perhaps for how they're playing Monster, right? Now we've had 2 rounds in a row where players have gotten caught off on that timing.
Sure.
JT, I mean, he tweeted about it last night, was not hitting yesterday.
It's true.
And it happens. We don't usually get too hard on IGLs when that happens to them, but when he is hitting a little bit more, he can be a good space creator for his team. You're usually looking to Fang to make a ton of that room, a ton of that space, but JT's a player who will throw himself into the sacrifice to try and do the one-for-one, the one-and-done trade type situation to give his team a little something to work with. And if those are working, it does make life a lot easier for your compadres. A timeout's going to be called here from Virtus.pro early on. They do not want to allow this to get out of hand, and they should have enough money to invest around here without too much of a difficulty, but this is the round where you really have to make something happen. This is where the money starts to deplete.
I'm looking towards James. If they're going to invest into the AWP, do they have money for it? Kicker
It's down
can drop
on the ground.
one over.
It's down on the ground.
Okay.
He saved it from last round.
Oh, yeah. He did. I forgot. We're talking about James. Why wouldn't he already
Why
have
does
one?
Kicker have the A4 still equipped? That's interesting to me.
One of the decisions that has been made, but back to my point, with this op in the hands of James, I want to see him reposition, find something a little earlier towards me. He's not the most aggressive guy, but he's competent at holding angles, and you're right, he's repositioned, ready for this B play. Yakinder will still apply the pressure towards that upper site, keep complexity at bay, and try and funnel them into this AWP.
I think he was literally holding for the quad boost to see if it would come through from the other side for a moment. They didn't do it, but it's not a bad gamble early on, and obviously plenty of
Grim again.
And they're going fast. They're going fast, so he's here. JT gets the opener again, but this time the response comes swiftly. Dancing around the pillar, Buster's claimed.
James in trouble.
Now 3-on-3 on the site.
No James time here. He has to commit to the duels, really, but it's a 3 versus 3. His positioning is massive, and Flit's there to aid. Now it has to be the off. Shot misses. Fangs opened it up. Yakindar not in a position to win this. It's a 1v3, though. Damage done. Not sure how much of that is confirmed or not. He'll at least give it a poke. Try and find another frag on the retreat. Fang just below. But he doesn't know. The information lacking. The fall away. Another round conceded here. Complexity abusing that B-bomb site.
Third round in a row. Third round in a row for Complexity to get their entries there. And I mean, uncharacteristic misses, right? Flit and James both with an opportunity to punish the player. Fang swinging around, and he gets away with the kills. 3 kills, 9 and 5 already. Just shy of a kill around. He's heating up. And he is a player, we were talking about it last night, he's something of a win condition for Complexity, where he's obviously enormously talented. You saw it last night in the series against Team, popping off for multiple frags. If he's there, not only does he get the kills, period, but he creates so much space for the team. He allows them to do so many things that if he's hitting, if he's on point, this becomes a much more dangerous squad. Now they've got a chance to pull into the lead, and it's going to be limited weaponry arrayed against them.
Let's see if Cole will go back at that B site, or if there'll be some kind of a reset. Nope. They're straight back to it. Where's the rifle of Yakindar? Maybe in a bit of a better position to aid in the fight this time. He'll be in the back site. And he has teammates in close. Just the pistols. But there's the swing. Yakindar. He finds a double, and Kickert has been here the whole time. He's held off Monster with a mag 7, not even to be contested. So now Cole, they're in a position. 2 men down, lacking space. Flit wins it with a USP. Obscene, but Grim. The timing, there's a man just on the other side of the smoke, and now Grim's shown it.
He's trying to bait a player coming down the steps, right, is what he's really trying to find, but he's going to run out of room here. And the question is, can James catch him with the CZ off guard?
This is the round.
Yes, he can.
James might have just closed it. Junior only has this AWP. It's a 1 versus 5. This has all gone wrong. An eco going in. Junior shows his position. It's pistols. You hunt these. If you're Virtus.pro, you don't get that up onto a save, and Junior realizes it. He'll throw it off the map.
I love that detail. He knows James wants it. You can't have it if I can't have it. Throw it away. Now he's going to try and get it done with the Tech 9. Might even better serve him in these faster movements. Made some steps here, so he's been heard, and Yakindar is ready for that all day, every day. 3 kills found. And the adjustment there for Virtus.pro, right, is we've got the limited weaponry. They've just been hitting B, so let's gamble B, and let's move Yakindar into the site immediately. So instead of him having to come into a hopeless retake, he's just there to kill immediately as they hit.
Yeah, that initial double. ridiculous out of him. And then the reposition, even just to find the close onto Junior. Money is going to be feeling pretty darn good for these CTs now, off winning that eco. And Complexity's starting to feel the hurt. They'll put a little bit more emphasis on the upper side of the map here, but James has repositioned. He'll self-boost himself up top of the flower pot and hold this line. They're coming straight into him, but James, another miss.
Not necessarily so polished with the op right now, but locking down Connector will make life easier, and he'll get more opportunities. They've taken that long control, but now they have some security. They control the rotations at the very least. Yekindar with a forward angle. This is going to bring the cavalry back up, at least in the form of Flit. He'll come in to support. Jim getting a little more aggressive around the bathrooms, and now the presence from Long is going to be critical here. They've taken that first corner. If they can find Flit, they've got a bomb plant.
At least. And they have a good position in towards the post plant, but that is a big if. Because Flit has utility to sustain. Nade to force them back. Molly to sustain. Sure, the smoke fades, but time has been bought.
Still 50 seconds.
Yeah. But there's players in a position to cut this rotation. Yekindar, he'll be fast up on this flank if the hit comes, and Cole's trying for it. Utility reigns on in. They're still stalled for a moment, but you're right. VP conceding. Now the Molly to fade. Does VP want to go fast with the retake, or do they give the space? Wait for that flank. Yekindar, he's the one holding in the back lines, but it's Flit from Bank. He had fallen off the site, and still he's finding impact. Sprays away at one. Bomb plant does come down, but in the post complexity disadvantage of two, Floppy knows that something is wrong in towards the connector, and he wants to clear up, but the timing is awful, and he's made steps. He's a dead man walking, and his only teammate, it's Junior on the site, and the op, well, it hits. It's not enough.
What patience shown from Yekindar. What patience. Floppy thought he cleared it. Thought he had it controlled. Thought he was not going to be concerned at all. And the thing is, if Yekindar loses that fight, it's not a bad post plant for Complexity. They can slink into the bathrooms. They can play the op off the timing. Doesn't work out. Doesn't work out there. So that's going to be a big CT hold coming through for VP. And so much of that is about the patience there. That's impressive.
Tough one to lose for Complexity. Will they just try and go back to this B hit again? Seems likely. It's been their only point of success on their choice of overpass. So again, contesting space out towards water, but does VP have the same info? Yeah, look at Yekindar on the map. He's all the way up in playground. Sure, James is being contested, but he's found a frag. Gets away with it too. The run back is great. And now Cole's options again limited. Look at the map control. They're losing it all. They have to run out now, and JT's in trouble. He's giving it away. Kickert is in close. This can be a double swing, and surely he's dead. Trades there. Kickert for another. Bomb is on the floor. And Grim again alone. A 1 versus 4. Bomb unrecoverable. Just one smoke on his belt. And he's locked in. If you want to exit back through water, well, Yekindar is there. He's been flanking through this whole entire time. And while Grim has found one, he's just not prepared for the secondary angle. So VP bolster the lead to 3.
And now the money's running out. You still got some cash, but bomb plant's not coming through. Complexity aren't getting as much of an easy road on this. They are going to invest in, but limitations. Major limitations. A scout for Junior. Suboptimal.
To say the least.
Look, 5 rounds on this T side of Overpass against Virtus.pro maybe isn't the worst thing in the world, but considering it's your map pick, considering the situation we had,
also,
and dropping a round to an eco.
Yeah,
it's not good.
But consider also Complexity have looked so much better on their T sides.
True.
Consistently throughout this event. And sure, I don't think we've seen their overpass yet, at least in this tournament. So, could be incorrect on that one. But it's tough to put all your faith, all your eggs into that one basket if you're Complexity. Another round here, 6 could go a long way, and that's the start. JT takes down Yekindar. Now space starting to open up towards A. Still, 2 players anchoring back here, one of which is James, but he'll concede the line for now. Flit fighting forward. Plays on Optimus, trying to spray. They've revealed him. So now the fight, it has to be forced. That's one. Trades instantaneous. And James not in a position to help. Coming out on top for the T's. Cuts it down just to 1.
Oh, it's a bomb.
But James is still there. And he's found the bomb. Now recovered onto a rifle for the 1 versus 1. And he's wrapping back around.
It dropped all the way down the stairs as well.
Junior has to fight this. He has a flash. He has a smoke. But James has the angle. Hits a shot. not the finish. James needs this. He's trying to find the swing. It's desperation. But the onus, it's fully on Junior, and the nade might just finish it. At least it forces Junior forward more. But the wrap, Junior's not ready for this. The timing, it could elude him. James coming all the way back around, but Junior's made it out. He'll tuck his way in towards his site. And now the information game, well, it's to the favor of the American. James could cut the rotation off the dice box. Now both players know the opponent's position, and James, the health advantage, the jump up, and the finish. James will clutch, and it's James. You don't even go for the defuse. You want your op back.
They got enough money that he's going to go for the AK over it. I was thinking about it. As we head into the final round of the half. Well done there. A duel between two oppers, both on the rifles. A bomb plant at least will give something here for complexity, but that's going to be one they'd rather have back. Maybe Fang a bit too aggressive chasing that kill, but he wanted to seal the deal. And he gave up the opportunity as a result. Big clutch for James. 11-5 is the man. And of course, the op comes back out here as Virtus.pro try and end this half with just one more dub to put 2 digits on the scoreboard. James will take this initial fight, peering over the smokes, and they are present. But a nade and some chunky utility damage is always going to be able to do with that.
Buster even has some space out towards water here.
This could be another quick B exec when the smoke fades.
Yeah, might just be. They want to re-clear at least some more space because, again, Yakindar has worked his way in. He's found this information. It'll call for the rotation. James is heading lower. This is telegraphed, but the hit's coming. Kicker, Molly, not burning him. He has a gap. He might just have a fight, but the blind's perfection out of Floppy on the shot. Flit cannot get it done. It's Floppy for 2. Now, Buster has to be the man to hold. He has some safety, but the flank comes through expediently from Junior. So, James, the wallbang not happening. So, bomb committed down, and it falls to this retake. Some util still, and a fast hit in. James has found Grim, isolated in the pit, and Fang's on 1 HP. Now this gets awkward because Fang has fallen, and Yakindar has forced so much space forward. He's still wary of someone in close, but instead it's a crossfire. JT on the pillar to find one, but he's low, and James has the CZ. His teammate smoked off, and JT down. It's Junior, but he has a molly. He could end it with just the piece of utility. James will try desperately to finish, and sure, there's an op, but there's no connection. Complexity at least takes 6 at the half.
We had that final do-over for Junior, right? The 1v1 with James. He gets a chance to right the ship. This time he's got a Molotov. Really puts James in a tough spot. But see, the 1x bots, I bet odds have not gotten friendlier for complexity after that.
Did you just call them 1x bots?
That's me when I try and make predictions.
I feel that. Maybe a little bit of NA hopium still flowing for some of the betters, but majority on the polar bear train.
I mean, look, this is a pretty standard overpass half, right? 9-6 in a vacuum. And considering complexity flubbed an anti-eco to get into this situation, it's actually not a bad spot to be in at all. But
a pistol round, that could swing things in either direction. It's a chance for Cole if they can open this one up. And it's going to be a hit towards this lower site. 2 players tucked in towards the pit. 3, in fact. All here, Floppy. He'll be the first contact, but his teammates fall around him. Still trade. It's instantaneous, and now a little more to be found. Floppy hitting these shots in the supportive line. There are so many players piled up in the pit, and Grim, he's still alive. He's still healthy, and Buster is stuck out on a reload. Heavy presence for complexity, and they hold the line.
The flop don't stop until the beat does drop. He did actually get dropped in that round. But
he did.
Dropped some beats beforehand. Made the flop. I mean, it's a good hold, right? It's a good read from Complexity. You got 3 players bunched up over on that B site. They're ready for this play. They read it 100%. Virtus.pro played straight into it. So Complexity clearly prepped for that pistol round. Now they got the SMGs out. 3 of them, to be exact. We still haven't asked them about the MP5. Curious about that. But Fang's going to get aggressive in the playground, and aggressively he's going to die. Drop straight into it. Just winning dry, no flash, no nothing. Just wanted to see if he could get the space, and Yekindar was waiting for him every day of the week. He was ready. Hiding behind the slide, ready to just go whee all the way down.
Slide his way into what could be a victory here on the lesser buy of Virtus.pro. Some good space re-cleared, though. Grim will soon be able to tell that long is in fact looking clear. But that could be a bit of misinformation because VP does intend to head their way towards this upper site. JT though, well timed on the push up. The shot's not connecting. 1 HP. He'll limp back on away, and now Junior reestablishing the line towards long. It's Buster in close, and Buster takes him down. So now this is even more awkward. Grim needs something more, but it's only 1. So now we truly have to see, does the flop stop? Because it's a 1v3. And it's a first. But he has so little information. There's a man who's already wrapped close coming towards that A site, and the bomb will just wait. There's plenty of time here for Virtus.pro.
I like the
Floppy
talk.
will wait. He just holds for the rotation.
I do like the talk. He has no information to operate off of, so wait until they give you something. Even just a bomb plant to tip you off. Kickert coming up from the other site. Has called that this is clear, so Yekindar should be able to get the bomb down. Obviously wary of getting timinged here. Oh, nearly did.
Spot it. No.
Nearly did. Floppy's seen him. Information given over now. He'll start to wrap. But he's still got 2 players to contend with, and Yekindar's giving him the slip. They both have now.
Yeah, and look at the utility available for the post plant. Flash for the re-clear Molly as well, but Floppy, he has a smoke. We know he likes to stick these, and he'll now start to apply that pressure. Tap. That's all it will be, trying to draw out a push. Kicker not committing to it, but the wallbang will shut him down. No escape. Yekindar now the sole man, the spam straight through the smoke. He's got the read. Won't allow Floppy any tomfoolery in this one, as Clutch is denied and VP with a minimal investment. Takedown call.
Yekindar's absurd. 20-9, over 180 yard at this point. And the thing is, right, if you're wondering why we're not making a crazier deal out of this, because they are bonkers numbers, he's made this the expectation.
Yeah.
Right? With the way that he's played, with the standard that he plays at.
He's always performing.
He's insane. But this is particularly bonkers numbers. Obviously, the 3K coming through in that round tips the scales in the favor of Virtus.pro. The star power shining when they need it, and he's going to go fast into this. No problem there. Junior already out of play. Why not just chase them down and impose your will?
Flit will line up the first and cut down Grim quite easily. Complexity finding no damage thus far on the round, so Floppy again alone. This time, the Clutch feeling a tad more difficult because Yekindar has the line. I mean, this kid doesn't miss.
Back-to-back 3Ks. Funny thing is you say this kid, he's older than you.
That is true. He looks very young.
I mean, sure, yeah.
It still feels like hasn't been a huge amount of time that we've got to see this guy pop off, but really it has. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, and he's still performing.
I feel like this last year was the real coming out party. For Yekindar.
Yeah, when we had a couple of those crazy runs for VP, shot up the world rankings. I mean, he was a big force of it.
Katowice last year as well was a huge moment for them in terms of the noise that they.
And the thing is, that's coming up for VP, right? Katowice
next week,
just around the corner for them, and I think this tournament acting is a bit of a pace setter for them. You know, getting the palette lined up, a little bit of an appetizer to see how the team is performing. It's been a while since they've played it. This is their first tournament since the player break, so now coming back into things, they get a little bit of time to warm up before that Kato event.
Gotta brush some rust off, get the gears flowing, let you know what form you're in. And they're in the main event as well, so they won't be playing this week. We'll have to, well, they will. Timelines are hard. They won't be playing in the play-in stage. They will be in the main event. Jame, just going to back away there. Obviously, he's low now. No reason to stay in the fray. And these pistol players will be cleaned up. No problem.
Complexity, too, though. This is their event to show their squad to be respected, to be appreciated heading into that main event.
I do think making the playoffs here was the expectation for them,
That's
right?
fair.
That's something they had to deliver on. Maybe some of those
I
early
think top
results.
4 was the requirement.
Yes.
If they could make finals, that's where we get impressive.
And against Virtus.pro of all teams, against the team that you're looking at as the most dangerous team on paper headed into this event.
For sure.
That would be a truly impressive one. This round, they'll have the guns to try and do it. That's a bit of a shaky smoke, but Yakindar is still going to be able to carry forward.
Fang wants to fight for this, but it'll be Grim instead with the opportunity. Flit shuts down so much the attention to Yakindar that we're forgetting what a performance this guy has found. 17-11 thus far, early days still within this second half. But Junior as an op, it's yet to be revealed, and he's holding the right line, but the utility, it's too good. Junior forced away off the smoke, and now a reset for VP. Minute 20 still on the clock, man advantage, options abound.
Come on, connector here. Pressure's going to be onto those B-side players. What can they do with it? My question as well is how quickly can Junior get into position? He's already setting himself up to be able to pull the quick rotate, but right now it looks like he's info jumping. And it's information that he won't find. Virtus.pro, plenty of seconds still to bleed off the clock, to whittle down to a finely edged point. And now they're going to come on in. Floppy will be the point person. Player already outside a monster. Oh, he's seen a shadow. Something's tipped him off. Now the swing in, the flashbang for it, but he's counter flash. Kicker timing that beautifully. Molotov in to make JT uncomfortable, and the B site is under threat.
But again, VP, they've had so much time. Now they have an even bigger advantage. So they stall for a moment, wait for the fade on the smoke. Kickert has walked out. He has flash for support, and he's already in quite deep. What a shot. 1 HP, it's no matter when you adjust like that. And for the 2 remaining players of Complexity, do you even want this fight? The time is low enough that it could still be over, and Fang's found a double. But the last frag to elude him, Yakindar keeps things safe. And VP find 13. That was the opportunity for Complexity to swing this into favor. It slipped them by. Now they're probably looking at a 7-8 round deficit before they can get a real buy, a real chance again.
That's going to be tough. You are very much going to be on the back foot here, and you're seeing Overpass just slip away from you, your map pick in this series, and Dust 2, a map that hasn't looked comfortable for you so far. Next on the docket. Very concerning. Gonna be some pressure and connector here to maybe try and find a kill with these pistols. Just condense some of the angles, make something work out. We've seen the Deagles be deadly, but it's been a little while since. And Kickert will start the party.
Junior, not quite able to get the shot off in time. Yakindar again, finding these crucial entries for his squad. Flit is wary that something could be up over towards the connector, so he'll look to lock down this space. Fang's coming though. A shot here. This AK's alone. It could be isolated, but Flit keeps things under wraps, keeps things under control, and just buys time for Yakindar to come in, the cavalry, to find the final frag. And again, it is Floppy alone. Another 1v5 to be attempted. And this one looking impossible. Yakindar has already seen him. He knows about 2 players, but Floppy's just not hitting these shots. And somehow, he's still alive. It's just staving off the inevitable, which will soon come. The hands of Buster to deal the damage. A flawless round for VP. They're on their 14th.
Time for the do or die. Time for the do or die. It happens in this round, or Virtus.pro waltz straight through. And I mean, this is the VP that we expect, right? There's not a whole lot of errors, and when you make the mistakes, when you expose opportunities like the second round where Yakindar pulls out the Deagle kill, and then suddenly things start to snowball away from you, they're so good at punishing. They've got the firepower. You've got Yakindar at 27 kills. 27 kills. We've only played 21 rounds. You got Flit, not too far behind, sitting on 19. The firepower is working. The pieces are hitting. Everything's looking the way you want it to for Virtus.pro, and this is massively encouraging. Grim gonna get chased down, trying to escape. Junior's found damage, and Grim just gives it the slip, so Flit chasing might wind up a little bit overexposed. Fang's here. No one's here in time to save Grim, though, but they can't get the trade either. Flit hangs on, and now he's in such an annoying spot to deal with. You got to try and pinch. That's going to distract so much focus from the CTs as they attempt to deal with him in the bathrooms.
Junior, oh, the shadow. I think Flit spotted it, but not able to find it into the kill. So, advantage for Complexity, and rotations underway. They have 2 players on this site, and Junior will be here quickly. He can support from the heavens, but it falls to Floppy and JT in close. Jakinder for the entry. The trade is swift, but still, there is plenty of time here, Mike.
And oodles of money as well, so no concern really about for this, even for the always cautious VP. James just going to hold on and see if someone gets a little bit too curious and gives him the shot. 35 seconds on the clock. There's still time to work with that off. Just waiting. And the peek out, that gives it to him. Floppy wanted the information, but the trade is there. It's all on to Kickert, and down he goes. Big round for Junior. 4 kills for the man. And that'll at least give them a stay of execution for the time being.
It will, but like you mentioned, that economy is ridiculous. VP won't be feeling it. The shot to get things going there, impressive. Out of Junior, a 4K for him. Across the round, the last couple shots in defense of the bomb site. Buys will be mustered for the remainder of this Complexity squad. And Fang again will try and hedge his bets towards Party. We saw him do this in the previous round, but still, he ended up kind of isolated. Flip made it past. Things got a little funky instead, though. This round, it'll be both Junior and Fang working in conjunction. Grim is applying the pressure and a boost up the off angle.
They're backing out of it. Giving up the space towards connectors, so that's a victory for Complexity to some degree. It means this setup will not be found. And if someone trips on into the crosshair of Junior, that could be punishing a lack of information here. The flip side, though, is if you just get past this, there's a pretty keen path towards that A site. There's the kill coming in. It's Yakindar who drops as well. So a big scalp to find. The monster, at least for this round, has been slain, called Junior the Witcher. And now, it's a question of whether they can capitalize. Nothing really doing for Virtus.pro just yet. They've got a bit of long control, but they want to contest this off. That's bold, but it works for Flit. My goodness, just peeking into that, taking that fight, and delivering.
And now Fang is pressured back. He's trapped in towards the connector. So VP, they have an open range. At least the lineup towards this site. It'll be Grim, the man to defend. He's committed to the duels. Tucked in towards Optimus. Flash, smoke, it's all coming in. Buster spots him and takes him down. Fang has been activated and comes through on a backstab, but now look at the reply. You have Flit to line up to deny no free passage on this flank so long as Flit stays alive. This duel, it's critical. And the T's win it. Buster now still forward, holding on the site. There's time to back Jame away. Or no, bomb planted reverse of Dice. So they have to stay committed to this site, and Jame, the AWP, has a flash to support. Does the line get established? It will. He's holding. Banks an issue, but Jame misses. Flit applying pressure still. Buster is on this dice box. He has to do something, or JT could win this, but no. It's the crossfire. The lineup VP do so well to hold in the post, and they found themselves map point on their opponent's pick.
And Complexity's depleted. No coins tossed to these folk.
No.
They got nothing. No cash-ola. A few thousand per player to try and make something happen here against a Virtus.pro side that has been steamrolling them into the ground since the half switch. So the Famai will come out in force, in strength. And Flit has been the second beast for this Virtus.pro team, right? Yakindar goes down immediately. You think maybe they're going to be lacking some firepower here. Flit just swings the op. Just swings the op and deletes it. And from there on out, it's the Virtus.pro show.
The Virtus.pro show. It's what it feels like. T-side especially has been impressive on this map. We know the squad is strong with it, but the slow play in the mid-round, it's been effective. Complexity have tried different iterations. I actually liked the double aggression. Fang and Junior working in conjunction to hold that connector, but Flit was just better on the entries. Isolates those players off with utility, and things fall apart again. Fang will have to hold, but the mollies keep him away. No tag onto him, so His position not necessarily known, and a reswing a possibility, but Yakindar again just has the better gun, has the swift aim, and is able to take down Fang. So Junior, the onus feels like it's on him. He's in a forward position. He's alone, isolated in this one, but his teammates are coming, and it's a knife out. Yakindar, he will not survive. But the bomb was never a part of that re-rotation. It is still up over towards A, and it's baited Floppy back in towards Kickert. But it's a trade, 1 for 1. And JT has good information here, but now it's awkward. Buster's just on the other side. He's been heard. But Junior's waiting, discipline. Thinks there could be more than one. It's good info. And the timing, it's not right. Buster takes his head off. The swing wasn't quite there. And now Complexity, all their forward positioning, it's been lost. And Flit fights for even more. Grim in the clutch. A 1 versus 3 requisite of this man to keep his team alive on their pick. And he's gambled on what could be the wrong horse. Bomb's not here. Grim re-rotates down below. He has no information. He doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know where to fight. He doesn't even seem to have a chance at a 1 versus 1, but Buster's given it. And Buster wins it. First map, it swings the direction of VP.
Suffocating from VP there. I mean, really, it comes from that eco win, right? From then on, it's just their game all the way through. Complexity unable to get their feet under them, unable to chain any momentum, any rounds. It was abysmal for them.